Hi, I'm Deb Blakesley. I'm here with John Bridge tonight. John, tell me about an early Toastmaster experience.
3 months ago, after I joined Toastmasters, I went to my first district conference. A lot of Toastmasters, hundreds of Toastmasters dressed up nice. And when I was sitting at a table, a few of my new Toastmaster friends, they said, John, you got to go meet that guy. You got to go meet that guy. And I'm like, what guy, what guy? And they go, Michael's son, he's our district governor. And I'm like, whoa. I go, why? Why do I got to meet this guy? And they go, just trust us. You got to meet this guy. So I go, okay. I look over there. Chinese guy wearing a tuxedo, looked a little too happy, but I went over there anyway. And I said, hi, Michael. My name's John Bridge. And right away, he grabs my hand and starts shaking it. Thank you so much for coming to the conference. He was a little over the top. And then, I was really curious about something because at Toastmasters, we're all volunteers. And even our district governor, and I asked him, Michael, do you mind if I ask what you do for a living? And the way he responded was, John, I help people manage their medicine. And I could actually hear a whoa inside of me, but I did not know what it was he did. And I go, Michael, I don't know what that is. Can you tell me what that is? And he goes, I'm a pharmacist. And I'm thinking to myself, why didn't he just tell me he's a pharmacist? So I said, thank you very much. And I went and sat down, and I kept thinking about that for a minute. And I realized if Michael would have responded right away that he was a pharmacist, I think I would have just imagined someone wearing a white smock, standing behind 3 inches of plexiglass, making me wait 42 minutes and 30 seconds for a little bottle of pills. I wouldn't have felt too good about that. But instead he said, John, I help people manage their medicine. Right then in that moment is when I realized the power of effective, influential, and memorable communications. And it made me wonder, when someone asks, what do I do for a living? How do I respond in just a few short words or phrases that will forever etch this memory into their mind? So that's probably one of the most memorable experiences I've had since I've been in.
What motivated you to join Toastmasters in the first place?
I don't know if I'd call it motivation. I would call it fear of not being able to breathe and swallow the next time I had to stand up at work in front of a bunch of directors and VPs to give a business presentation.
That's motivation to me.
Yeah. 'Cause, about 4 years ago, I was in that situation, and I stood in front of about 150 people on a gigantic, like $1.5 billion project. And I was one of the national program managers, and we were doing a kickoff meeting. And I stood up there, and I realized that I was so nervous and so scared that I was actually afraid to swallow. The reason why I was afraid to swallow is because I believed that I was going to tear some skin in my Adam's apple inside of my throat because my throat was that dry. I was praying that the building would catch on fire and someone would call 911 to give me any kind of an excuse just to run out of there. So I went through 20 presentation slides, I believe, under one gaping breath. And I didn't even try to hide it. I got it done, and I sat down, and that was it. After that, I knew that I needed to do something about it. So I started my search and found Toastmasters, joined, and a couple years later, it's paid off really big for me.
What club are you a member of now?
I am a member of a club called Professionally Speaking Toastmasters. It's in Bellevue Square Mall. We actually meet inside the Microsoft retail store during normal operating hours. In the back, they have a presentation theater, and it's wired up with mics, a gigantic touch screen, and people are in there shopping for computers and all of the other Microsoft products while we're actually on mic giving our presentations, and the public's walking by. Some of the great benefits about that particular club is, I think for me, is that live public interaction. It's just people in the mall shopping and curious, and they pass by and they're always watching as we try to give the engaging presentations. Another thing is we do extended speeches, and of course we have all the AV equipment right there, microphone, sound system, and the third most important thing is that we have a schedule for at least 6 months out of professional educational speakers. And these are non-Toastmasters. We manage to bring in professional educational speakers that actually teach us and focus on the public speaking business and professional speaking. And that's why I love that club so much.
So for someone who wants to join your club, when do you meet?
We're just changing our schedule, but we meet starting in January, the first Tuesday evening of every month at the Bellevue Square Microsoft Retail Store, and our meetings are from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m.
Thank you very much, John.
All right, thank you.